Hello everyone, my name is Benny Gonzalez. I'm from Excel Academy, also known as Master G. This is Miss Jackie Brady.
Okay.
She's a secondary black belt. She's been teaching with us for about 5 years or so. We're gonna go through some self-defense techniques and some stuff that'll help you guys get ready for any potential danger out there. Number one, we like to teach that being aware of your surrounding is the most that's the key to good self-defense. We teach the acronym RAW, to be ready, aware, and willing. Got to be ready to run, got to be ready to fight, ready to defend yourself, ready to hurt somebody if you have to. Also, you got to be aware of your surroundings, aware of your escape routes wherever you're at, aware of your weapons, which are elbows, headbutt, your fist, your knees, your fingertips, your heel, and your shin sometimes as well. Also, you have to be aware of your opponent's soft areas, which are eyes, nose, throat, solar plexus, groin, knees, instep, and shin. Those are the main areas that we will usually go for whenever there's an attack. Because that's where we will destroy our opponent in order so that we can do an escape so that we can get away, which I'll explain more about that in a little bit. The last part is the hardest thing to teach, which is the willing part. You have to be willing to fight. You have to be willing to hurt someone. And that's the hardest thing to teach, is to hurt someone, because we're not by nature built to hurt people. You have to have some kind of a mindset to be able to do so. But just think that by hurting somebody to defend yourself, you'll be able to come home safely and be with your family. Or you would want somebody to, maybe a member of your family, to be able to defend themselves so that they can come home safely to you. So being able to be willing to hurt your opponent is key in self-defense. Okay, so you have to be ready, aware, and willing. And those are the three main things that we kind of go with as far as things to keep in mind whenever you're having to defend yourself. Also, in order for an attack to happen, there has to be three elements. Just like on a fire, there has to be three elements. You have to have heat, oxygen, and fuel. For an attack to happen, there has to be will, opportunity, and intent. The person has to be willing to go out and find a person. Then they have to have the intention of going through with it. And all they would need then would be the opportunity to finish their thought. We are in charge of giving our opponents an opportunity or taking away an opportunity. By being aware, you're going to help. It's going to help you be able to avoid a lot of situations, if that makes sense. So if when somebody is approaching you to attack you, there's different kinds of interviews that we call them. There's hot interview, cold interview, escalating interview, and then there's silent interview. Cold interview would be if somebody was to come up to you and ask you for the time, or ask for directions somewhere, and they distract you, and then they hit you and they attack you. A hot interview is somebody yelling in your face, maybe in a situation like a domestic situation where they're trying to intimidate you vocally, and then they will try to do that, and then they'll hit you or something like that. Then there's an escalating interview, which is probably one of the more common ones, which is maybe it starts off being somebody just trying to talk to you, and then you walk away, and then they get angry and they start to try to force themselves on you. That's an escalating interview. And then the last one, which is the toughest one, is a silent interview, and that's in cases like stalking, where somebody would learn your routine, how long it takes for you to leave your house or get home, how long it takes for your garage door to open and close, scary stuff like that, where you go, where you work, stuff like that. If that's to happen, then the best thing to do is start a paper trail, report it, get a license plate number. If you find out who this person is, or if you know who that person is, try to start some kind of paper trail, going to the police. It's tricky with stalkers, because most of the things that they're doing up until they attack you, is not illegal. You know, they could be standing across the street from you, and it's not illegal for them to do so. But they will look for the opportunity to attack you. So that's why that one is so scary. Starting a paper trail, also possibly going to the police and putting a restraining order on this person or their license plate. This will at least let the police be aware of it, and if you have a restraining order, then if that person comes too close to you, you can call the cops and they will get in trouble that way. So that would be the verbal part of what we're teaching. The next part is more physical. There's a few different ways to get into a fighting stance, which we call a fighting stance. Both of us are fighters, so we normally will stand like this when we fight each other. For self-defense purposes, you don't want to ball up your fist because that looks like you're being aggressive. This right here is called a non-aggressive stance. My hands are still where they need to be, just like if I was in a fighting stance, but my hands are out and they're open and they're more calming. You know, this is where you would use verbal boundary settings like, I don't know you, leave me alone, you know, stuff like that. So we would always start here, and then from here, you know, I could block if I needed to. She used to punch at me, I could block, I could grab, I can do all kinds of stuff with my hands out. I could gouge the eyes, which we're gonna work on that next. There's a lot of different things that you will learn as far as weapons on your own body. We have our knuckles, we talked about this a little bit ago, fingertips, which we're gonna work on right now. Palm, these are all on your hands. We have the elbow, the front and the back, and then the point of the elbow. And then we have the head, the top of the head, the back of your head. Not so much the forehead. For headbutts, this is incorrect. You want to go with the top of your head, which we'll show you one like that also. And then your knees and your shins and your heel. Those are all really good weapons that we have. They're the hardest parts of our body. So it's you use your hardest parts of your body on the softest parts on your opponent's body. Okay, so the first one we're gonna do is gonna be an escape. Person is going to grab your wrist. This is gonna be from the same side. I'm gonna get a little closer. So if you see, she's on the outside of my wrist, and I'm going to keep my fingers pointing down. I'm gonna point my hand down like this, and I'm going to hit the inside of the wrist. What that does, it makes this other hand that's being held go towards the thumb. You never wanna go away from the thumb because then you have 4 fingers to deal with. I would rather you deal with one thumb this way. So when we do this, we would first soften up our opponent. We talked about the fingertips. You want to do that as a distraction. So you're going to go, let's go this way a little bit. So we're going to go to the eyes, and then you're going to escape this way. So again, we're kind of doing a motion like a scissor, all right? So she's going to grab me, I'm going to gouge the eyes, and then I'm going to do my scissor, escape. And if I wanted to, gouging the eyes is going to be the main thing because it's going to blind them temporarily. I could hit with an elbow if I wanted to because I'm still pretty close, or a palm. Okay, so the elbow, remember, that's with this part of the arm from the point to the inside about 3 or 4 inches, and you can hit any part of the face with that elbow, to the chin, to the nose, to the eyes, to the neck or throat. Not so much to the shoulders and below. You want this all to be to the head. I could also hit with this part of the elbow as well. So again, I'm gonna grab her wrist. She's going to soften me up, boom, and then she could turn around and hit me or side kick me and then run off. The best form of self-defense is to run away. Always get to a position where you can run and go to safety. Okay, so that's single side, one same side grab. Now we're gonna do opposite side grab, which is she's going across my body to grab this side of my wrist. So we're gonna go to this side so you can see my motion. So I'm gonna bring this hand that's underneath and I'm gonna bring it up like this. Then I'm gonna go to the back of the arm and I'm gonna push with both hands. Okay, my hand's already here. You see how her body's turned away? My palm is gonna go towards her ear. And when we do that, you wanna hit with the palm and you wanna hit right on the ear. You wanna kind of cup it, and that's going to destroy everything in there, and it's very painful. So again, she grabs me. I'm going to do something to soften her up, bring this up, push, and then slap the ear. Okay, so then you'll see this view. Boom, she's gonna hit me, push, and then
I went to the back of the head, sorry, sir.
She hit the other spot, which is just as good. So then that's we did same side, and then this was opposite side. Now we're gonna do both wrists. Somebody grabs you with both hands, they can't block anything. So you are pretty free to do anything you want with your head here or your feet. You can side kick, which we won't teach the side kick today, but you can do like a front snap kick, which is you bring your knee up like this and you kick straight out. Or if they're close enough, you can use your knee and then headbutt. Anytime you go below the chest, their body comes forward, boom. If you go above the chest, boom, their body goes back. So if the person's taller than you are, you would want to go to the groin to bring them closer to you. If they're tall, if they're about your height, or maybe a little taller or even shorter, then you would go to the headbutt first, make their head go straight back, and then you can do the knee. And then we will do the same thing we did on the same side, escape, and then you're gonna go across this way, and now we're gonna use the back of the elbow. So again, you're gonna watch Miss Jackie. She's going to soften me up, headbutt, and then elbow, and then run, okay? The next one is bear hugs. We have a few different bear hugs. We have rear bear hug, front bear hugs, and we also have arms pinned and arms free. The first one is arms free here. So the first thing you want to do is bring your feet apart. That's going to make it harder for the opponent to grab you or pick you up. If her feet are together, she's pretty light. But if her feet are apart and she lowers her gravity, it's gonna be a lot harder for me to lift her up. So from there, she's gonna hit me straight back with her headbutt, boom, to the back of the head. Then she's gonna, with her single knuckle, see how she's got this other hand on my hand as well, right here. That's important because once she headbutts me, if she doesn't have a hold of my hands, I can just escape and then hit her. So she wants to grab a hold of my hands before she headbutts me, and then she's gonna hit my hand. Single knuckle 3 times, and that's very, very painful. Peel a finger off, doesn't matter which one it is, and then you're going to stomp. We'll do that one more time so you can see the stomp. So again, we're here. She's going to sidestep, headbutt, knock on the back of my hand, peel my finger off, and then boom! Buckle the knee and get to a position where she can run. So that was arms free. Okay, the next one is arms pinned this way. Okay, somebody grabs you like this. Same first step, which would be headbutt, or bring your feet apart, sorry. And then headbutt straight back, boom. And then from here, you can hit the groin that way. And then you're gonna bring your shoulders forward, bring your hands through, and then you're gonna push with your butt. That's called the Superman. So if you watch Miss Jackie, you're going to push with your hands and scoot your booty back. Okay, one more time. You guys can try this. Push your booty back. So again, the person grabs you from behind, you're going to lower yourself, headbutt, hit the groin, push your hands through, and then Superman your way out. Okay, those are very painful. I know it doesn't look like much, but remember you want to push your hips back into the person's stomach or chest, even if they're low enough. And people always ask, what about if the person's taller than you are? They still have to squat down to pick you up. They're not gonna be picking you up down here. Like if Miss Jackie was on her knees, I wouldn't be picking her up like this, because that's not gonna do anything. I'd have to come down here to pick her up. And if I'm down this low, now she can headbutt me. So then the next two are from the front. The first one is arms pinned this way. Person grabs you like this, go ahead and grab me. You're gonna make your thumbs like, you're gonna point them out like you're hitchhiking, right? You're gonna do that with both thumbs. You're gonna hit between the hip and the groin. You're gonna hit there. That's gonna give that space that you want. Then you're gonna grab and you're gonna knee. So watch one more time. She grabs me. I'm going to hit and step back, grab whatever I can, and knee to the groin. Okay, so one more time, I'll grab her this time so you guys can see that view. She's gonna hit the, yep, boom, and then groin. Yes, and she can do it a couple times. So if you watch one more time, when she hits me with her thumbs, she also steps back. Boom, and then that gives her more leverage to hit me hard. Okay, so then arms free, she's gonna grab me here. There's a few things I can do here. My favorite thing to do is popping the ears. We did that earlier with a single hand, now we're gonna do that with 2 hands. We're gonna go to the outside of the ears hard, here, then you're gonna take the thumbs and push it towards her eyes. You're gonna push your thumbs into her eyes. You also see what I did with my leg here. And from there, boom, I can start to knee, and once she lets go, then I can elbow and then run. All right? So one more time. She grabs me. I'm going to smash the ears, push back on the eyes as I step back, and then I'm going to knee until she lets go, and then maybe I'll throw a little elbow and then run. Okay? So those are some quick tips for you guys. Hopefully this was helpful. We have a location in Rockford and a location in Roscoe. We are Excel Academy of Taekwondo. Our address here in Rockford is 6630 Springbrook Road. That's Rockford, Illinois. And then the one in Roscoe is right next to Dairy Queen, 5494 Elevator Road. And we're open 6 days a week. Hopefully we will see you guys. Our number is 815-540-4861. I was told that I could plug my business, so there it is. Thank you guys.